everybody, Jenny here, back with another packing video. This time I'm heading out to do a couple tours between Seward and Fairbanks and stopping in Denali. So this is going to be an 8-day trip. There's going to be 2 different tour groups during that time. And so before I show you what I'm packing, I want to tell you a little bit about what I'm expecting on this trip. So I won't be doing a lot of intense hiking because I'll be with a tour group. I'm hoping I will get to do some short hikes or walks in between things. But for the most part, this is going to be more of a sightseeing experience for the guests as well as for me. So the weather is pretty normal for this time of year. You may have heard that this summer has been very cold and wet in a lot of Alaska. Not so much up in Fairbanks, which is where I'm going to spend most of my time. So this trip goes between Seward to Denali up to Fairbanks, and then in the other direction back down to Seward. But I'll be spending most of my time in Denali and Fairbanks. And the weather that we're expecting is pretty typical for this time of year, in the 70s, sunny with showers. Of course, that's the forecast. I'm going to be gone for 8 days, so I am going to be prepared for things to be different, but that's what I'm expecting. And yeah, so let me show you what I'm packing. This is my bag that I always have in these videos, my Rick Steves carry-on size bag. I'm bringing a small backpack inside it, just because if I do get a chance to get out, it's nice to have another bag to kind of carry around. So let me show you everything else, and then I'll mention a couple things I'm not bringing that you might want to. You already know I'm a big fan of packing cubes. So this packing cube has socks and underwear and a spare packing cube for dirty clothes. So that is that one. Stick that in there. Then the next one has my my swimsuit and my running clothes and a couple workout tops in case there is time to go for a hike at some point. I'll have some good shirts for that. I've mentioned before that on the tours, we're wearing business casual clothes, so I am bringing that with me as well. You may not need to do that on your trip, most likely. So if I was not working on this trip, I would probably bring a couple other pairs of hiking pants or jeans instead of my work clothes and my running clothes. So that varies a little bit, but even though I have to bring business casual clothes, I can still do it in a carry-on. Okay, this packing cube has my pants, so it has dress pants and a pair of hiking pants and a pair of leggings. And, oh, the one with my swimsuit and running gear also has my pajamas in it. Should have told you that. And then this packing cube is all shirts, so it's work shirts, and also some other shirts for when I am not working. All right, then I am bringing a lighter pair of running shoes for this trip that I'll also use if there are any hiking opportunities. Because again, I'm not expecting to be doing any epic backcountry adventures this time. More sightseeing type stuff. I'm also bringing, let's see, a sun shirt. Well, actually, before we do that, flip-flops. You know, I'm a fan of having flip-flops. Those are super handy. So I'm bringing those. I am bringing wet wipes. Those are always a good thing to have. Those can kind of fit in wherever. Bringing a small reusable shopping bag. That is a super, super handy thing to have when you're traveling. And I've also got a small first aid kit. If you've watched my other videos, you know I always bring that. I am also bringing some bug protection. So it's midsummer, middle of the season in Alaska, so some bugs should be expected. I'm not going to be in places where bugs are really, really crazy, like in the Arctic, but still they could definitely be there. So I am bringing a hat, which also doubles as a sun hat, a head net. It's tiny, it weighs nothing. I rarely use it unless I'm in the Arctic, but man, if you need it, it's awesome. And then 30% DEET bug spray. If you are going to bring bug spray, you don't have to. You can buy it there, but I have this small 30% one that I like. 30% DEET, I think, is kind of the sweet spot. Things other than DEET really don't work, so don't waste your time with those. Okay, so getting all this bug stuff in here, so we're ready for bugs. Then this is a sun shirt that is kind of a nice break. It's, you know, sunny for like 21, 22 hours a day in Fairbanks right now. I'm going to be there a lot of this trip, so this could be a nice break from the sunscreen. And then this shirt also works as a sun shirt, but it's also very loose fitting, and it's really good when there's bugs out. If to protect yourself from bugs, what's way more important than bug spray is clothes that will not allow bugs to bite through. So like loose fitting hiking pants, jeans, and a long sleeve shirt like this are super helpful. So those all go in here. And then just a couple more things for this bag. One, this is my toiletries, cosmetics, all that good stuff. Keep it simple, ladies. Don't overthink it. Don't bring a crazy amount of stuff. It's Alaska. You can get by with less. And this bag has a bunch of different camera electronic stuff that I use for my job. So that's gonna go in there. And then I have this fleece vest that I'm gonna bring. It's more of a soft shell really, but it's really great if it is a little bit chilly. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna zip this up just to show you it can be done as usual. It's a little bit tricky, but you can always do it. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna tell you just a couple things that I'm not bringing on this trip and why. They're on my packing list. So if you're like, hey, Jenny, you didn't bring that, that's the reason. So one of them is warm hat and gloves, and a warmer coat, like a puffy or a full fleece instead of just that vest. For the weather that we're expecting and what's normal this time of year, I don't need those warmer layers, but if you do, feel free to bring them. I would still fit everything in the carry-on bag. I would probably just bring one less shirt or something to make up for that. The other thing that I'm not bringing is rain pants. I am bringing a rain jacket. That's right here. And as usual, I'm gonna stick it in this outer pocket so it's really easy to get to. The reason I'm not bringing rain pants is one, I don't wear rain pants very often, even when it's raining. But when I do, I do bring them if I'm expecting to be, say, camping or going places where bugs might be really bad or rain might be really intense. Since this isn't a super outdoors oriented trip, that's why I'm not bringing those. I'm also not bringing waterproof boots. I'm bringing running shoes, and then I'm gonna wear these Blundstone boots on the plane that I wear for work, and that'll be totally adequate for this trip at this time of year. But that might be different for you depending on when you're traveling. Now that I have that done, I'm gonna also show you a couple things I'm putting in my personal items. So it's this laptop bag, and I'm gonna bring my laptop and a few other things related to my job that you don't really care about, but a couple things you might care about. I am gonna bring some snacks in this bag. Put those in there. This container has charging cables plus my backup battery for my phone. I'm bringing that. That, by the way, I think is the most important thing. And then I'm also bringing a travel pillow because I like to have that. And then again, there are a few other things that I'm gonna be using for my work that I'm gonna throw in one of these two bags, but you don't care about that. So that's it, 8 days, mostly in Denali and Fairbanks, a little bit down in Seward, end of July, very beginning of August. That's it. See you next time.